600 trillion and 1.25 quadrillion. How's that? It's a lot of money.
Amazing.
It's amazing we let them get away with it.
Yeah, it is. They only did what they were allowed. You were able to get away with. Let's see, we got enough time. According to BBC, in its gloomiest forecast yet, the IMF says that the developed countries will suffer a deep recession. The world economy is set to shrink by 1% in 2009, the first global contraction in 60 years. The global economic body says the prolonged financial crisis has battered global economic activity beyond what was previously anticipated. Let's see, unions are opposing President Nicolas Sarkozy's economic policies, and unemployment has reached 2 million and is expected to rise further. Organizers predict the protest will be bigger than the one in January when more than 1 million people took part.
That's the way the world's going. And you know, what's tragic in America, nobody gets it yet. I mean, they believe the government when it says, in Wall Street, when it says everything's going to be okay. And of course it's not going to be okay. Problems are systemic. You can't do anything about them until they're over. And then you got to try to fix them. I mean, everything government is doing is to protect the Illuminist financial-backed companies in the United States, and a few others beside that. But that's really what it's all about. And very little will fall down to the people, and even that which does, it won't be. It will be very small in nature. You know, they're talking about spending, probably $1 trillion on mortgages. And they've got to buy mortgages from banks that have them on their books so they can get them off their books. Now, Merrill Lynch did that, and the buyer paid 22 cents on the dollar. If the Federal Reserve tries to pay 80 cents on the dollar, you're going to see an uprising. I mean, just look at it. All they're doing is bailing out the bankers who put themselves into this dreadful position voluntarily. Every one of them who still has his job should be fired. Of course, over at AIG, they gave him $150 million worth of bonuses for destroying the company. So, that's the way it works.
And, I must have answered this question, 20 times. Now it's your time to answer. It was funny on Wednesday when CNBC, when gold went up that huge amount, but people don't realize they kept posting what the close was at 1:30. I don't know what they normally do because I really don't follow their...
That's what they do.
And so then the next day, it actually showed that it was up over 65, and a lot of people got confused by that.
Yeah, they've done it once before, and it's idiotic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a real reflection of what's going on.
Right. And so,
I think that, I don't know what the hell these people think about. I just, I spent 50 years in the financial business, and, I occasionally talk to brokers. I get letters from people who have talked to brokers. They don't know anything. I mean, when I was a broker, you had to be a jack of all trades. I mean, you had to know what to do about anything if you were a good broker. And obviously I was. I had 6,000 clients, which is unheard of. Are we going off?
Just about. I have probably about 30 seconds. And 800.
1, 2, 3.
Should we just count? All right, listeners, come on. Let's all join in together. 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188. We'll be turning in just a few short minutes. So make sure you stay tuned.
No questions. Then we're going to tell jokes.
You're going to tell jokes? All right.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us this afternoon. You are listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. 1-800-375-4188 for your gold and silver coin needs, and of course for your complimentary issue to the International Forecaster. Give us a call. Also on the 800 number, 1-800-375-4188. And Bob, please tell us about the International Forecaster, please.
The forecast is about business, finance, economic, social, political issues all over the world. We publish on Wednesday and Saturday, usually about 35 pages each time. Have a hard copy that goes out twice a month for those who are not on the net. The site on the Internet, which we get a lot of hits on, just incredible. That address is theinternationalforecaster.com. The International, FORECASTER.com. And for those of you who would like to email us, we have a new email address. And that is bob@intforecaster.com. That's BOB@INTFORECASTER.com.
800-375-4188 for your gold, for your complimentary issue, and for your gold too. Folks, that's what it is. For your complimentary issue, and of course your gold and silver coins here at Discount Gold and Silver. No orders are being taken for 1-ounce gold eagles or silver eagles till next week. They basically dried out the premiums on the gold. I was buying them this morning and this afternoon. Only Canadian maple leafs are available. The Treasury is playing their little games again and not completing their allotments. And so it's put a lot of pressure on the premiums on these things. You have silver rounds available. You have 90% silver bags. They are available. But the premiums are rising on those because you can't get the silver eagles. And so the same way with the coin prices, you're going to see coin prices, if they continue to keep the gold eagles out of the market, the $20 gold pieces will go crazy. And, they've already gone crazy, but they will continue to rise significantly. So it's a great time to be picking them up. It's been it's amazing, even with the around the industry, talking to several dealers and talking to several wholesalers around the country. Even with the big spike, I think people are waiting to see if it's going to have any types of pullbacks, which is probably a mistake to do. And so coin prices, they've gone up, but certainly not to where they should be with the big spike. So, but they will if you can't get gold bullion coins. So give us a call at 800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. Do you see the gold and silver ratio returning to its former 1-to-10 ratio in the coming next 4 years or so?
No. I think it really never worked. And I am not a watcher or a follower of it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And, I can compare ratios and waves and cycles and even charting. We have rigged markets. We have manipulated markets. And that makes the chance of things reverting to form that we saw historically previously, it makes it difficult for that to happen. On top of the fact, it's random. Many of the time I saw people in Las Vegas or in Devion in France at the roulette wheel, and they get a formula, and they follow the formula, and now, you know, the black 16 is supposed to come up, and they go put their money down, and the red 15 comes up. No, it's the same thing. The numbers don't have any memory. You can't try to figure a system quantitatively or qualitatively that will work in that manner, because you're dealing with things that have no permanent pattern.